Kim's 2 meetings with the U.S. president had failed to deliver a deal on North Korea's nuclear arsenal. In June 2019, Trump rekindles the bromance.
President Trump touching down in South Korea just a short while ago after having extended an apparently impromptu invitation to the leader of North Korea.
I just put out a feeler because I don't know where he is right now. He may not be in North Korea, but I said if Chairman Kim would want to meet, I'll be at the border. It's certainly, we seem to get along very well.
The meeting at the DMZ was entirely impromptu. He tweets an invitation to the North Korean dictator to meet. And North Koreans finally do respond. And Donald Trump marveled that apparently Kim Jong-un follows me on Twitter.
After the breakdown of the talks in Hanoi, Kim Jong-un desperately wants and needs the opportunity to meet again with President Trump. Kim Jong-un needed some imagery to tell his people, things are fine, we're still friends, I've got it under control. The North Koreans would have loved imagery of Kim Jong-un slowly making his way to the demarcation line. President Trump was there more quickly, clearly more anxious to cross over to the North Korean side. They would have loved that. The idea that an American president wants to step into North Korean territory, propaganda gold.
Suddenly, Donald Trump is walking with Kim Jong-un in North Korea. You know, the first American leader to set foot in North Korea.
Hey! Come on!
And then they walk back over to the South Korean side. And we did not know that it was truly going to happen. And it was a scene of total chaos.
They're going straight.
Suddenly, it appears that they're going to be going inside this building, and the North Koreans actually try to block the American press from going over. And so Stephanie Grisham, Donald Trump's press secretary, essentially decked a North Korean security guard who was trying to block the American press from following the two leaders into this room.
U.S. rules. No. Stop. Someone help. I know. U.S. rules.
You know, this was an extraordinary photo op, but it accomplished absolutely nothing beyond the photo op.
There's no question today's meeting was an historic first, but after 2 summits and 1 impromptu meeting, North Korea's nuclear program remains fully in place.
With no breakthrough in sight, in the fall of 2019, the dictator changes course. In a symbolic statement to his people, he makes a pilgrimage to the sacred Mount Paektu, mythical birthplace of the Kim dynasty.
It's not just that Kim Jong-un likes riding horses. There's another purpose here. It is part of the propaganda. He's really focused on a particular king, Kim Jong-myung. And Kim Jong-myung is a warrior who's often shown fighting off foreign influence and bringing the country together on a white horse. And so it's a way to remind his people that I am the successor of that heritage and I have a right to rule.
Turning his back on President Trump, Kim threatens to deliver a so-called Christmas gift to the United States.
Kim Jong-un was disappointed he could not convince Mr. Trump. I think he realized, okay, if Trump will not negotiate with me, I will make a bigger hammer. So that's a message that I think he wanted to send the world. I will show you how powerful I am. I will show you who's really boss in this neighborhood. And it's me, Kim Jong-un.
October 2020, Kim celebrates 3 generations of his family's rule. His talks with Trump have failed to remove the sanctions holding back his economy. How long can he maintain the loyalty of his people?
동지들, 하늘 같고 바다 같은 우리 인민의 너무도 크나큰 믿음을 받아 안기만 하면서 언제나 제대로 한 번 보답이 따르지 못해 정말 면목이 없습니다.
In allowing the people to see him cry, Kim Jong-un on October 10th wanted to show that he's human too. He wanted to show that vulnerability. Yes, I am almost like a god and I was born to lead this country, but I'm a father like you. I care about my children like you. I care about our future like you. So it was designed to be a particular show of humility and to show his personality, but I can't help but think it's also theater. And so we are moving into a phase where we have less access and less information because it's so carefully cultivated. He wants to seem like somebody who actually is in touch with his people, but it's very hard for us to tell whether we can trust it.
Economically, they're in very, very deep trouble. Sanctions, pandemic, and floods, all those problems have combined to make North Korea's economy, which was already on its knees, nearly on its deathbed. And yet, Kim Jong-un continues to develop nuclear weapons. I think it's very dangerous because if you are cornered into a position where there really is no exit, then you might look for extreme solutions.
만약 그 어떤 세력이든 우리 국가의 안전을 닫혀놓는다면, 우리를 겨냥해 군사력을 사용하려 든다면 나는 우리의 가장 강력한 공격적인 힘을 선제적으로 총동원하여 응징할 것입니다.
In 2020, Kim unveiled the world's largest mobile intercontinental ballistic missile, nicknamed the Monster. Despite his attempts to modernize North Korea and remake his image, Kim Jong-un remains the dictator of a rogue state that is now more dangerous than ever.
You can't prevent irrational regimes, but you can certainly do everything possible to keep the world's most dangerous weapons out of their hands. I think obviously you have to consider the use of force. I don't think the end of North Korea is likely to be pleasant in any circumstances.
It's thought Kim now has at least 40 nuclear missiles and is close to completing a new secret weapon that would pose a greater threat to the West than ever before.
이제 세상은 곧 멀지 않아 조선민주주의 인민공화국이 보유하게 될 새로운 전략 무기를 목격하게 될 것이라고 확언하셨습니다.
They're building a new 3,000-ton submarine with the ability to fire ballistic missiles.
Once they reach certain technical metrics, North Korea can then put one of these ballistic missiles on a submarine. Submarines are very difficult to track. It's basically a roving threat and a moving target. North Korea can then float that submarine out to the Pacific Ocean and scare the crap out of people in Los Angeles. A whole other mess of stuff that keep people up at night.